Habari Gani, my brothers and sisters. This is Elder Abu Amin Ra. And I'm coming to you today to ask a question. Are you preparing? Are you ready for what Trump has on the horizon to bring to us? My brothers and sisters, what are you going to do when Trump declares a state of disaster, a state of attack, a state of war? My brothers and sisters, of course he won't use those terms exactly, but what he's doing is he's amplifying the social, economic, and political system to a degree where the animosity between the various groups, especially the black group and white groups, will be at its extreme tension. So my brothers and sisters, I'm just trying to warn you, listen, Trump has a plan for us. But my question is, do we have a plan for him and them? Well, you see, my brothers and sisters, I use the terminology them because he can't do it alone. He needs his soldiers to do it for him. This man doesn't even bathe himself. Somebody gives him a bath. Everybody has to take care of him. He's number one. And if you don't give him a bath and rub his back and put talcum powder on his balls, you're gonna lose your job, whatever position you have. Now listen, brothers and sisters, this man has, and I can't blame him, I would have done the same thing, selected certain individuals to preside on the Supreme Court, which is a position for life, and they decide on constitutional law. When a case is sent before them, they're supposed to look at it neutrally, but you can't look at anything neutrally because neutrally does not exist. The only thing that exists is the negative and the positive. There's no neutral state in between. Folks call it grounding, but it's not ground. What do you mean by ground? That's not a place. It's just trying to define a situation that exists now between various groups that is caused by the narrative of Donald S. Trump. Donald S. Trump. Yes, S. Trump. I know what I'm talking about. You figure it out. So my brothers and sisters, I'm saying all that to say this and just rambling because I can see what's coming down the road, man. You see, they get more public parks and things now, public property and stuff. Those would serve as nice holding camps, wouldn't they? Concentration camps, wouldn't they? Wake up, brothers, wake up. Listen, we gotta have a healthy paranoia about this context called the United States of America that we try to exist within from day to day, since 1619 at least, when most of us were brought here from the continent of Africa to serve as chattel slaves. Stole all their labor, their dignity, killed them, turned them in, made them fight your wars for your freedom when they weren't freedomized. Something's wrong with this equation. Something's wrong with us if we keep that up. We gotta put on our thinking caps while we still have a minute left and do some deep thinking and decide, what are we going to do? When are we going to do it? How long are we going to do it? Who's going to give us leadership? How they're going to provide that leadership to us and communicate it to us? We got to do some deciding. I'm not advocating war because war already exists. They've been at war with us since 1619, really earlier in the 16th century. See? When they brought the first of us from over here, from Songhai and Benin, and other great Nigerian civilizations, Ghana. You understand what I'm saying? So my brothers and sisters, be proud of who you are. Always think within the context of the first law of nature. Let them talk all the smack they want to talk, but in the final analysis, the question you want answered is, who gets what, when, and how much, and what is in it for me and my people? This is it. This is all you need to know. Take my word for it. And dress in a defensive and protective manner. Always be ready. Don't look for death, but be ready when it comes, because it's gonna come your way, whether you accept it or not. It's up to you to be strong and reject it, and think tactfully and strategically. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? We gotta use our heads, because our enemies are using their heads. They've gotten inside of our heads. So it makes it difficult for us to get in there because they're occupying all the space. So my brothers and sisters, what we must do, if you're not ready to do this, lift up your white flag right now and beg for mercy. But you've got to be able to let some light into your mind. You got to reject that stuff he put on you. Reject everything he thought you culturally, politically, reject it all. You got to reject it, my brothers and sisters. You got to sweep him out of your mind. Do you understand? Sweep that mindset out of your mind and not letting it form your mindset. You must praise your ancestors again. Our connection to the past is through our ancestors. All you got to do is worship your mother and your father and your grandmother and granddaughter. We got love. Am I making any sense to you? For we're all connected. We're all descendants of the ancestors, and at the same time, we are the ancestors. So understand who you are. Think in a manner that's going to observe and walk by the first law of nature, which is self-preservation. Self-preservation. My wife's, my woman, self-preservation. My children, self-preservation. Their children, self-preservation. You see, we're one. We are the ancestors. Wake up, wake up. If I can get you just to see this. You are your ancestors. You are your descendants. Your parents passed along the ancestors to you. Connect up with it. If we connect up with this, understanding who we are, those of you who like to read or who understand the role reading places in the formation, style of thinking of your mind, which is within your brain. No, we are the only ones with strong pineal glands because we are the children of the sun. Can't nobody defeat us. They can hold us in jail for a while, but pretty soon as the stars keep rolling around in the heavens, we will start to rule again and dispense justice and righteousness throughout the world. So my brothers and sisters, just listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Hang in there. You got everything it takes, but it's cluttered up in a bunch of rubbish and garbage placed in your mind on the screen of the mind, so that when you did any kind of thinking, you have to think through that screen. So you got to tear that screen down. You got to kick all that junk out. Don't believe nothing. Listen to your ancestors. Listen to your brothers and sisters. You know righteousness, and you know evilness. Be righteous and follow all the laws of all the people, because they boil down to two laws. Love your creator, creatoress, whatever you want to name it. Name your creator, who the creator really is. The creator creates, you become the creation, then you recreate and recreate and recreate, and it's one thing. So my brothers and sisters, we have it. All we have to do is stand up together and struggle for our liberation after we get organized and have an ideology which directs us, and be determined to have your liberation. That's the only message I can give you that I know definitely each and every one of us need. So once again, y'all, my brothers and my sisters, I hope I haven't clouded your mind more so than it was, but I hope a little light, just a spark, a little teeny bit of light, shining into all that vast darkness, whatever degree of darkness you're consumed with, and light a way for you to global black liberation. Hotep.